If Jimmy is okay, he can show his version of the kick, which works really well. Okay, so obviously standard ones like this. If their hands are posted, I'm going to go for this frame here. I want to bring my elbow and leg back. So for this version, I'm going to keep this wedged and use my knee. So once I bring my knee up like this, I'm going to nudge. And notice how I have my frame on the inside. Then I'm going to bring my left shin in. And then I'm going to cross grip and extend my left shin and my left hand away. So I can go for single leg X. So again, 1, 2, I'm framing. I'm going to nudge and get up and create my space. So I'm putting a lot of nudging with that thigh. And you'll notice that I'm just not nudging forward. I'm bringing my arms with me here. So I can bring my left shin, frame, and then go. So one more time. Here. And go. Okay? So this is like a baby kick. Any questions? All right, 1, 2, 3. That's how I work. Second contract.
That's correct.
Yeah, so I haven't explained this one in a while. I actually learned it at a Hickson seminar.
Nice.
Kind of cool. But yeah, it was like, so it's not my technique. And it was like over like 4 years ago. So let's see if I remember it. But basically the way he's explaining it was we can take advantage of like sort of like the rotational power of our hips. And if he's just like floating above me, so float a little bit. If I like rotate, he stays like pretty much on top of me. So when we get our frame, I actually want to like pull him down into me. So that way he's not floating anymore, we're kind of connected. And that way when I turn over on my hip, look at his center of gravity. See how it's like, if I drop like a line from like his chain hanging low, it's like over here. That means it's not on top of me. So I'm here, we got our frame, got my post, this one's flat. I'll rotate our hips together. His weight's now on top of this leg, which means it's not on top of this leg. So now, when I bridge, and I hip out, there's no weight on this leg, right? So I can kind of take it out from under him even more. There's a lot of space for my knee to come through. I can put that on the hip, do whatever I want to do. So one more time. This tends to work better if he's kind of like an upright posture. If he's like real low on top of me, it's gonna be a lot tougher. But if he's up here, if he's starting to work on the collars, whatever, it's a good time to do it. So I'll grab the belt, got my frame, pulling everything down into me. We rotate our hips together, bridge, frame out, knee comes in, we go to Ashley. Any questions? Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
To watch a lot of competition or sparring footage. So this is from Davey and Maya. So when I was doing this in training, I noticed that my hips weren't elevated enough. So if their hands, if they're not connected with you, right? Because if she has like cross face, it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to keep my right hand frame and I'm going to bring really high onto my side like this. Here. Just make sure that your right elbow doesn't go across so they can take your back. Or it doesn't go flat, so then they can just get you flat back. So I'm gonna frame, I'm gonna bridge, and notice how my left elbow is on the inside. So if she goes to chase my back, right, I'm gonna do almost like a Grandby roll, and then I come up. I'm just gonna rotate onto my shoulders, and then spin around, if she goes to chase my back. So I'm framing, I'm bridging like this. If she goes to chase, I rotate and I come up, right? You have to go onto your shoulder and then rotate and come up. When I was doing this in training, I didn't go on my shoulder enough and I kind of got stuck. So it looked like this. So I was here, then she would chase, and I would just try to turn here and I ended up getting stuck. So when you're bridging here and she goes, you have to all the way go into your shoulder and then spin through. And you'd be surprised that when they're chasing you back, this is so easy for you to just roll through and not have to worry about them going to the back. Okay? All right, with your partner, please. 1, 2, 3.